The In the Den podcast with SIMBA and Spokast is produced locally and independently by Spokast. Intro music provided by Logan Daniel McDonald. What is up, Atlantic City, and welcome back to In the Den, a collaboration podcast between SIMBA and Spokast. On this second episode today, we are joined by David and Helmer, the duo behind Mountaintop Mentality. What started as an Instagram account during a cross-country adventure has grown into a full-on brand rooted in craftsmanship, community, and purpose. From leaving Rhode Island during the pandemic to finding a home in Spokane to turning their travels into an apparel, candles, and mission-driven business, David and Helmer's story is all about staying curious, staying connected, and staying committed to what matters. They're longtime SIMBA members, local market regulars, and now leaders in the Spokane small business scene. And on this episode, we're going to dive into how they built Mountaintop Mentality, how SIMBA helped support their growth, and how they live out their motto: your mountaintop doesn't have to be physical to see the summit. I'm so excited for you to listen to this episode. Helmer's been a long-time friend of the Spokast podcast, but it was so awesome to hear his and David's story and how they started Mountaintop Mentality. I will not keep you any longer. Here's David and Helmer with Mountaintop Mentality on the In the Den podcast. Peace.
Okay, well, welcome back to the SIMBA and Spokast podcast. This is our second podcast that we're doing. And today we are very lucky to have Mountaintop Mentality, David and Helmer. They have been SIMBA members for now 2 years. You've probably seen them literally at every farmer's market because they are there. They're always out there hustling. And yep. I was really excited. They were like definitely my first choice to come on the podcast because they're so cool that. And they're so involved in the community, and they're also very involved in SIMBA. And so we definitely wanted them to be our first podcast guest.
Awesome.
Thank you. Good try.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with this like Mountaintop Mentality. When did it start and where did the idea come from?
Well, technically it was 2021 that we had the idea and it was born. It started off as like I guess like Instagram account where we're just like follow us along as we travel and as we kind of just, document our journey across the country. Mm-hmm. And we did that for the most part. And then 22 came around where we ended up in Spokane and it became a full-fledged business slowly but surely.
Yeah, I think when we started out as that Instagram account, I was like, I don't want to do this. Like,
just right off the bat.
I just want to enjoy and live in the moment and not document this. And we have thousands of photos from our journey that we should share what we did. But yeah, so when we, like you said, when we got here, it turned into when we got here, it turned into something much more meaningful and impactful. And we've realized that this has to be more of a company on a mission to do good and help others as well. So. Yeah.
When you started, was it just an Instagram account?
Yeah.
Like it was just like sharing your journeys.
That was it.
Yeah.
There's like probably like 3 journeys we shared, and that was it. But
yeah, and I mean, it started during COVID. Yeah, and we both could work from home, and we decided to, just kind of pack up everything, sell what didn't fit in the truck, and just take off. There was no point B. Yeah, it was literally point A, and then the rest is TBD. So yeah,
talk about that journey a little bit because like. Not everyone knows about it. Like you up and moved from the East Coast, right? And like at Rhode Island and like came from there. You like traveled around the country down to Texas where you're from, right, Helmer? And then up to, we're kind of just looking for a place to land, and like talk about finding Spokane, like. And
I got it. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. So you're right. So it was 2021. Things were slowly picking back up from COVID. So things were opening up. Obviously, mask was still in effect and stuff like that, which is fine. But we had both kind of looked at each other one day, and I was like, yeah, we can literally do our job, because obviously everybody's working remote at that time. I was like, we can literally do this in like a coffee shop in Montana right now. Like, why are we here? Like, I feel like the road is calling and we just need to answer it. And he's like, say less. I was waiting for you to say this to me. Like, let's go. So basically, like for 3 months, we were just, on a mission to sell everything that we had in our apartment. We bought a truck. Us two and our pup at the time, we just traveled the country for like 10 months or so, give or take. We hit up 36 states at the time, 38 national parks.
Wow.
We landed he was in Salt Lake at the time. And at the time, I was still flying back and forth once a month, once every couple months to the East Coast for a work meeting that I had to attend to. And I was like, hey, where are you going to be? Like, I'm on the East Coast. Where are you going to be? Like, I got to come back to you at some point. And he's like, well, let's do some research. So we honestly started researching around like airports next to Salt Lake. And let's be real, like Spokane is not next to Salt Lake. So I have no idea how this came up. So, but it just, the universe was like $150 one-way ticket. That's unheard of. Like, you can't get a ticket that cheap anymore. Obviously. So we bought the ticket, and Washington was always on our list of places to see, because we always wanted to try the BMW.
It was the last state that we had. Hawaii and Alaska, but like the continuous 48, Washington was like our last stop.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we bought the ticket, flew across the country, landed here, and we're like, oh, that's the feeling we were looking for.
Oh, I love that.
Literally, that was it. I mean, we thought we were going to get it in Colorado, and believe me, Colorado was absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
But it didn't have that spark we were looking for. And as soon as we walked around like a Riverfront Park and like the city, and everybody's accepting and beautiful here, I was like, oh, that's the feel. And then literally that week, we were here and we stayed at Airbnb. We're like, do you want to like look for apartments? And he's like, I kind of do, but I was afraid to bring it up. I was like, so next thing you know, we were like aggressively looking for apartments that entire week. And we like literally like bam, 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 steps just fall into place. Within like 2 weeks, we were living here.
Yeah.
That's that quick. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And rest is history. And then we started the business, and now we're here.
Yeah.
So you started Mountaintop Mentality as an Instagram account, and you were both had your own like 9-to-5 jobs.
We did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And, which I still have mine.
Oh, you still okay? Yeah.
I do not.
So, but
yes,
what was that like? What was the transfer or the transformation from making it an Instagram account to like making it a business that had apparel and then adding, what did it start with too? Like, what was like the original like product of Mountaintop Mentality?
Yeah. Going back to like origin stories, we had our t-shirts. We had
3 t-shirts only, and 2 hoodies.
Yes, 5 items.
A couple little accessories here and there, like in like
camping stuff.
We looked back at the old school photo of the original tent that we had. What a glow up we have over the years. But and then we just kind of took it from there.
Yeah.
But the 9-to-5, it worked pretty well for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then this past last July, I left my company that I was with. I was based on the East Coast to do Mountaintop full time.
That's so cool.
So yeah, it kind of works out in the end right now. but I think, that transition that you were asking about from the Instagram account to the business account, it was kind of a no-brainer for us one day. Like we knew our journey stopped here at the moment. Here was the end point right here, right? So we were like, all right, what now? Because we love the name, we love what it stood for, like just being outside, like it's a whole vibe, it's a whole like, cool, like aesthetic-y pleasing, like, outside-y vibe or whatever, right? But we were like, all right, well, we need to do something more with this, but we want to keep the name. So then we started, what do we want to sell? Well, apparel, candles, etc. Like, so then it just kind of built upon that. So it was a very easy transition, truthfully, but it just kind of happened overnight.
And mind you, during this process, we were still getting married.
Oh yeah, that's a thing too. Yeah,
that was another thing that helped push. Well, you just made me think of it when you said
that's
the
right,
candles.
Yeah,
the candles actually came out from our wedding. They were so Sue from Bungalow Candle Studios. She was just an amazing person that we met at, I think it was Lumberbeard's Market. And first time. She was still brand new. Also, she had like maybe, I don't know what, 10 candles or something. I don't know.
That's a funny story too.
Eventually we just got to talking, and she created our like giveaways, or what are they called?
Like
gifts like that you do.
Our wedding favors. Yeah. So she's the one that literally started so we collaborated with her. We came up with scents and things like that, but she made small little ones as giveaways based on the national park. So that's kind of how the national park candle line came about. So when we decided to make this into a business, we wanted to reintroduce them as a line or a collection within our company, but any candle that we have has a mission behind it to give back. So portion of each one of those goes back to the national parks.
I love those candles. They
great.
Smell so good.
We did a really good job with them. And I will shout out Sue quickly because she was a phenomenal help in implementing that entire process. We have since, created our own now, and we make our own, but she has created them up until about a month or so ago for us.
So you make everything in your apartment?
Yes.
Oh my
gosh. I do. Yes. Thank you for reminding me that as I was moving things around 57 times yesterday. I'm like, I need more room. But everything is in our spare bedroom. Yep.
Wow.
So when we say it's locally made, it's locally made. I can give you a tour of that 20 by 20 small room. So
just do it real. I want to see the space.
Just one circle.
But
we do everything. We press everything there. We make the candles, the solid colognes, the stickers. We even now do hats too, where we put the patches on the hats that we do. So we literally do everything in that room.
Wow.
I know. Sometimes it takes over the kitchen and the living room too, but when there's a few big events coming up. But it's literally local and literally handmade by us.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I did not realize that. I feel like the last time we probably talked to was probably still, you were probably outsourcing a lot of it, and now you're doing it all in-house and doing it all yourself. That is really, really cool.
Yeah, I think we've always tried to make everything in-house. We will obviously we don't sew the clothing and stuff, but we'll design the labels and logos, and we'll press all that on ourselves. And that's been since the beginning pretty much as well. We did have a local company that made the shirts for us, but we're very too creative and too fast to wait a 2-week turnaround for something. So so we bought all the equipment and made it ourselves.
That's cool.
DIY.
Literally, I was like,
this will kind of lead into a game we're going to play, but what happened first? Was it an online store first and then you started doing farmers markets, or did it
ran in tandem?
They're in tandem. Okay.
They ran in tandem. Yeah, we absolutely put the website together technically first, but because it was released in February of 22.
Yes.
But the market started for us April of that year too. And we knew we were going to do markets. We were already booking them, but it kind of just worked hand in hand at the same time.
Yeah. What was your first market?
Riverfront.
Riverfront Park was our very first market ever. And that was for this spring event. It happens the first week of April when kids are out of school. And we probably made $200 and we thought we were rich. We were this is the best thing in the world right now. So we were so grateful and humbled that people were buying our stuff. And we're like, this is I still remember the person that bought our very first item. But and then we will do that event every year that we can, just as a thank you to them, because it was our way of and we've done that with a lot of people that have given us our first shot, because there was a lot of people that didn't know us that wouldn't give us a shot. And then at the very beginning, because we were like, who's these new people? And that was me being like, oh, we're going to be on everything. And they're like, no, you're not. And that's fine. That's fine. But for a lot of the people that have given us a shot, we try to do their markets as often as possible as a thank you to them and for supporting us from the very beginning. We want to continue to support you too. So sometimes it doesn't work out because of the timing, but we will always try to do something like that.
That's cool. That's very community oriented.
We try, right? I mean, they helped us when no one else would really. So why don't help them?
Yeah. Going off that, the community of Spokane, and being being new Spokanites, what was that a tough breakthrough? Or did you find it quick?
I think we had it really easy.
Very easy. Yeah.
Because even with my music,
almost scary easy.
Everything just fell into place where it needed to. So, I mean, meeting Sue at the market eventually led to meeting everybody else that we hold really close now. And it just, everybody's genuine so far.
Yeah.
I've yet to meet someone that I'm just
Yeah.
And even then, even those people are still pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it felt fairly easy, like just a nice, it felt like we belonged.
That's so cool.
Good. It felt home to me. Mm-hmm. Like, coming from the East Coast, I love the East Coast. There will always be a special place in my heart for the East Coast. But when I go back there now to visit family, I'm like, I made the right move. Like it is like, I feel like I love being in the Pacific Northwest right now. And I like when we landed here, I just felt, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is it.
That's cool.
Period. Like, right? It was like, yes, period.
And you're never leaving.
I don't plan on it unless you guys kick us out. But then we'll find. But you know us, we're nomads. We'll just go wherever.
That's very true.
Sell this stuff and move on.
Dang.
But no.
No, that's amazing. I love to hear that.
Before we get back into like SIMBA, I want to play a quick little game. It's called This and That, and it's kind of curated towards. I think it's kind of curated towards you a little bit. Do you want to go one by one and like
sure?
The first one I want to start with is Garland Theater Throwback Movie Night or Magic Lantern Indie Flick.
I'm all about the Garland Theater.
Yeah,
I absolutely love the Garland. I love it. For you, it would definitely be split. Absolutely. For me, it's an easy call because like that reminds me so much of a theater back home. It's just nostalgic all day long. Nice. And I absolutely love it.
What's favorite show you've seen there?
The Goonies lately. Like, I mean, I've seen that like, years ago, of course, but that was the last one I've seen. It's been a while.
Nice. Awesome.
I do love a Goonie.
I love the Magic Lantern.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm a Magic Lantern girl. Yeah. I love the Garland, but
I know. It really is cute. I can't.
The Garland's just Garland. Like,
it's staple.
Staple. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. Okay, my question is live music at the Chameleon or outdoor at Brick West, hanging outside?
Really?
That's a real question. Answer.
Shows at both.
Literally shows at both in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, hey, this is a plug for it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Dang.
That's hard. It depends on the time of year for me. Like if it's
true.
And if it's like if I could be outdoors as much as I can, I will be. But it obviously, depending on the person playing, I will always support. So I think aesthetically pleasing, I'm gonna go with the Chameleon.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Lock it in.
I also have to go with Chameleon.
You need a button.
I literally have a show tomorrow at Brick West, which is hilarious.
That's why I created this question.
But we love you, Brick West. We love you.
Oh yeah, Bill. Thanks for having me. But what is it called? Chameleon's pretty. It's pretty awesome.
I just love the new remodel that they did there. It just opened, looks great, very inviting, very welcoming.
Oh yeah,
great vibes.
I'm trying to get there tonight. There's a patio party.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
Right,
yeah, I'm trying to get over there tonight.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Rooftop drinks at the Davenport or underground at Durkin's?
We've never been to the Davenport rooftop.
Yeah, so that's like a bucket list.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Durkin's which
is also pretty cool. We've been there.
We love Durkin's.
We've been there.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite place that you like go and get cocktails at?
Actually, Durkin's is right up there.
Okay.
Heritage is another.
Heritage for sure. We've been there multiple times.
What's the other one? The plant place.
Oh,
Garden Party.
Garden Party.
Yeah, we've been there a few times. Yeah. I think we're very big on just liming to a lot of different places, on a Saturday or Sunday. So I don't know if we have like that one special.
Sober.
Yes, of course.
So sober.
As you should be.
Yes. Don't ride those things drinking. I have a picture that I can show you later that it's me missing 2 teeth.
We all have those pictures.
Yeah.
We have hospital.
Do not try this at home, people. Yeah.
But that's like the best way to get around. But no.
Totally.
We do not promote that.
We do not condone that.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so on like a Sunday, you have to pick between the gondola ride over Spokane Falls or collecting rings at the carousel.
Oh, I don't think I've never ridden the carousel.
Oh, what?
Which is on the list.
Yes.
This is the thing about the carousel. I feel like I need a child to go there. So I was like, and I know you don't because I see a lot of like adults there, but I'm like, ooh, is it awkward if I just go on a random day? Okay, good.
We're going to normalize going to the carousel as an adult.
So I definitely will choose that. And although I've never done it, I definitely will choose that because I've done the carousel multiple times. It's fine. Yeah. Like it's good, but
the gondola.
That's what I meant. The gondola.
No, for me, it's the gondola just because I live for the falls. Like being so close to them, especially during the melt. That is like pretty epic.
Yeah,
So
it's gorgeous.
It'll always win for me.
I've only been once. So.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Next question is a food one.
Ooh.
Sushi at Umi or pizza from Versailles?
Umi all day. They have the best, and I will plug the crap out of them right now. They have the best tofu General Tso's, not chicken, tofu version. Get it extra crispy. You will die happy.
Oh, really?
So,
oh my
and
God.
those cubes are great. And like they give you a mass bowl of it with rice. It's my go-to dinner there all the time. They like know me, like same. I'm like, yep.
They're the reason I have to lose weight. So,
Yeah.
so Umi, like my dream like order is their, I think it's the coconut shrimp that they have there.
Yep.
The karage chicken, and then the General Tso.
Oh, wow.
And it's all shareable, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I tend to not.
We don't.
Yeah.
We will. We can pound back that entire bowl ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. Very worth it. Yep.
Yeah, I bet it'd be hard to like live. I don't live in Kendall Yards, but I would struggle if I lived
difficult.
over there.
Yeah, it's hot.
so much good food right there.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, and shopping.
Mhm.
Okay, speaking of Kendall Yards, sunset at Riverfront Park or sunset rise at Kendall Yards?
Oh, they're both amazing.
They are. I love that time of day where the sunset happens. So I'm going to go with the sunset.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just that beautiful. I mean, even Kendall
And the
Yards
vibe.
gets a beautiful sunset. It's stunning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
On the bike path, like
Yeah.
towards the end where it like curves to whatever, I forget.
Yeah.
Anyways. But yeah, like People's Bridge, that area.
Yeah.
So once you get to that section and like sunset out there is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Last year I was at Pride setting up and I was there really early and I was like trying to set up all this tabling and it all fell over on the bridge. But then I stopped and I looked at like the sunset. It wasn't like that early, but it was kind of like I'm not normally up that early. So that's why I was like, that wasn't normal for me. And I was like, wow, this is really beautiful.
It is.
And then I continued to pick up all my boxing and tabling.
It makes it better. Just knowing the sun's rising right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've ever done this, but have open mic at Nito Burrito or karaoke night at Monterey Cafe?
Those are both huge bucket lists right now because the more people I meet, the more I hear about the open mic and then also the karaoke, which surprisingly I don't really do much of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't, which is weird. Yeah. I have not done them either. I love to sing. I cannot sing. I do understand my strengths and weaknesses, and the public thanks me for that.
No duets anytime soon.
Nope. I am. I will
album.
support you all out there, but I will not be singing in public. You're welcome.
Oh, I love it.
Karaoke night at Monterey Cafe is great. I do feel
Definitely
old
check
when
it
I go
out.
there now, though, because
Same.
like I'm 40. I'm 41 actually, and I went there last year, and I was like, everyone here is like in college or college age.
It's funny.
But it's still so much fun. It's a ton of fun.
It's funny how the
like
things you grew up
karaoke.
with are having like a resurgence or a recycling of like a whole new generation. I've done that when I went back to the East Coast. I'm like, wow, these restaurants that I used to go to were popping and then they weren't. And now they're having that resurgence again. I'm like, well, good for them.
Yeah,
Sticking around.
absolutely.
Finding a new other generation.
Yeah. Okay. So browsing vinyls and records at Entropy or Entropy or book hunting at Auntie's.
Aunties.
I would definitely go Auntie's. Yeah, I'm an Auntie's fanatic. I do love that place.
Yeah.
And we don't have vinyls. I know, but it is on the list to get a vinyl record player because we want to make his
Should check
CD
them
into a
out.
vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
gotta
much.
do that.
Yeah,
Spilling the tea.
please cut that.
I'm not cutting that.
Leave it in. Leave it
It's
in.
coming.
That's hilarious.
My bad.
Oh, Lord.
I should have probably like asked this question just so I could have like asked the right place, but like Wednesday night market, is that what you call it?
Yep.
Wednesday night
Mhm.
market, or have you or bazaar?
Oh no, you can't do that to us.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
We can't do
Close
that.
to home.
This is kind of a play into the next question, but yeah.
We're like, we love them both, guys. Out there. We love them both.
Well, I mean, yeah, they've both been amazing. To
Yeah.
us, so like,
They really have. Yeah.
we can't choose between them only because they're both like
Yeah.
literally both amazing.
Yeah.
I will quickly just say, if you don't mind, a couple of years ago, we tried to get into kennel yards. We were denied. Of course, we were on their wait list last year and on their wait list this year, but we are in as like kind of like every few weeks or so. The new coordinator in the organization that's putting it together the last couple of years have done a phenomenal job of expanding it, opening up to more vendors. They have done an excellent job with it. And it's just a whole new vibe. You could just see it down there. Yeah. Thousands of people show up on a weekly basis. It's crazy busy.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Have you like looked into the new market at
Scale House?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a good friend, Rachel, who helps, I believe, run that or put that together from the beginning. Stuff like ours, we have talked about it as well. It might be better suited for maybe like the fall winter time.
Yeah.
They're looking to do maybe some like Christmassy things down there around that time. So she might be reaching out to us at that point.
Yeah.
It just makes more sense.
I'm really excited for that.
Like, we went there. Was it last weekend or the week?
The opening.
When the opening day.
Same,
was that last? I think so. It was awesome. Like such a great place.
That's cool.
Spokane definitely needed something like that.
It felt like a different area.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, we're still in Spokane, right? Like,
well put together, like great mix of vendors. Like it was awesome.
Yeah, and I think the Valley kind of needs something like that too.
Yeah,
that's right.
Something that we kind of get a little.
It didn't seem like the Valley either. No. I'm like, oh, we're here.
Yeah, it was super easy to get to and super easy and just fun. Yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah,
good vendors.
Yep. Yeah, the setup was really nice too. The outdoor patio seating and eating and all that good stuff.
Well, I'll let you lead this next part since it's all about SIMBA.
So SIMBA.
Hey.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned David is actually on our board.
I am.
So he's a very involved, really awesome. He's one of not my favorite, but everyone's my favorite. I like had to backtrack. I was like, sorry, don't listen, other board members. No. But no, definitely involved, and like he's super involved in always helping me. We just actually last week, right? We went to Enfreda together and did some outreach. That was really fun.
That was fun. That was the first time doing that with you. I had a blast. I would love to do it again with you.
Yeah. So, how did you discover SIMBA?
So when we started out in 22, there was a grant that was being circulated from SIMBA. It was a marketing grant. And I was just forwarded like the application process to our like Instagram account. So I was like, oh, okay, I've actually, to be honest with you, never heard of it because we were new to the city anyway. It's like we're still finding things out as we go along. So I was like, oh, why not? I give it a shot. I applied. Got the grant, which was really awesome. And then just things kind of just trickled from there. From there, we went to an awards ceremony to meet the then director,
Robin?
No.
Mariah McKay.
Wow, I'm like drawing a blank. Sorry. The then director, Mariah, then we started having conversations about being on the board. That's where I met Robin as well. And then led to up me being on the board and then just starting being really active in the community as much as I can with SIMBA.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it all came about. And it's good to see that them helping other people too.
What made you decide to join the board?
I was looking for a challenge that I could feel like it could help us as a company, but also learn how to be part of something bigger. I think whenever I go into something, I always a couple of things. If I leave, I always like to leave it better than when I found it. But also I like to learn in the genre of things that I'm working in. So if I'm in a small business owner and I'm brand new at this, I should know what the heck I'm doing. Or at least be around people that know what they're doing and absorb their knowledge. So, and I think obviously this is a stepping stone and, other boards may have me in the future, which would be helpful, but I'm learning what I need to learn now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In what ways has SIMBA obviously it seemed like it was an immediate support, just being able to get a grant and be able to help. Was that to help start your business basically?
It was education.
It was the marketing.
To answer the question, the biggest piece or the biggest takeaway I think is the education that you can get with SIMBA and by SIMBA, because there's some stuff I'll go to some of the meetings that you guys put on and I'm just I needed a lot more paper to write this down. Yeah. There's so much information, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me too, I think it's, like you said, the education, but it's all the resources that we were given for free. It's I don't think people realize it's free. And I'm not, speaking, right? Please tell me if I am, but it's all free. So I can literally, and I've signed up with meetings with her and Robin, who is like phenomenal. The wealth of knowledge on these ladies are ridiculous. I'm like, where did you guys even come from? I don't know. How did you know this stuff? But they will take the time with you and they will literally walk you through from A to Z. Like you fill out a questionnaire, you say, this is what I'm looking to do. This is what I'm looking to like get help with. And bam, you set up a meeting with them and they're very fast, very responsive. You have the hour and a half meeting and then they set you up with a recap email of like all the things they talked about. And here's like an action plan to help you. And they'll have follow-up meetings with you as well.
Yeah.
Which is super helpful, especially for someone who's just starting out too. Like you don't really know where to go. Like some people don't even know how to get a business license, that they had to pay taxes, have the L&I stuff. Like no one knows that half the time. Like, but like you guys have the knowledge to tell people. And then the trainings too, which we thought were really freaking helpful. Sorry if that's not allowed on the podcast, but like, I'm like the marketing, what was the one that we went to? It wasn't the marketing one. It was the one that was in Cheney.
Oh, bookkeeping and accounting.
Yes.
From the Jasmine Group.
Super helpful. Learned a few things there too. I'm like, okay, I should be doing that. So like, I'm like, my tax accounting will be very happy next year. So like, but just things like that are all free. Like these are resources that a lot of small business owners don't know exist, that they are there and they're free just to support local businesses.
Yeah. And like all those resources you're mentioning, we give to like any independent local business. Yeah. So being a member is just like an added bonus. You just get some added bonuses. Yeah.
Yep.
No gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I mean, we're in this together. We're in the community together. We're trying to build a community of small businesses. Yeah.
I think you guys do a real good, like, what is it called? Job of focusing on the fact that Spokane is huge. Like there's room for everybody. And there's, if you go to a market or whatever, most of the time you're going to do okay. Because like if you have a well thought out plan, if you've worked with SIMBA to actually make your whole business kind of successful, if you'll see it when you go out to the people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
When you were starting Mountaintop, like was the like had you started business before? Like, did you know about this? Like, what was it like starting a business? Like, and at what point did you like realize like we need extra help or we need help to like get to learn something? I honestly, like as someone who's like ran a business for, almost 4 years now, I had help at the beginning because I was part of a co-op and I'm not a part of it anymore. And so like leaving the co-op and now being on my own, I haven't even really got to ask these questions, and like it is kind of scary. Like was it scary at first?
I have to steal this real quick because without him I wouldn't be able to do anything with Mountaintop. Like he had just this gigantic wealth of knowledge.
And I second that.
The most knowledge when it came to, I guess, operations, because that's a lot of his background. So
operations. I like to give myself some credit when it comes to operations. Tends to be my stronger suit. The company that I was working with on the East Coast, I was overseeing the operations department for a pretty large company, and it helped me with a lot of those like little intricacies that a lot of people don't know about, to set up an actual business and get it to kind of where it is. Now, do I know everything? Absolutely not. Like, and I think it was just a good foundation. But like when you go into something like this, your blazers running, you're like, we got this. But then you quickly realize that you're the CEO, the CMO, the CEO, like COO, ABC 1, 2, 3, you're everything, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's not enough time in the day. So you got to really do a good job of like allocating time to specific things that are going to drive the needle. Because if not, you're just all over the place and no place at the same time.
Yeah, and you have to wear a lot of different hats.
You do.
Like you're doing social media, you're doing bookkeeping or some of it, you're making the t-shirts, you're making the candles, you're also out there talking to customers.
Yeah.
So you're having to do a lot of just different things.
But also like our candles are donating to people.
Yeah.
There's also those relationships with the national parks, with the pride organizations downtown, and just that in itself is an art. Like keeping and cultivating those relationships and making sure that our money and the community's money is going to stuff that is really going to keep on, I guess, driving everything in a good direction. So, yeah.
Do you guys have any advice for anyone who is just starting out and wanting to start their own business or maybe break into the market scene or anything like that?
Yeah.
Email SIMBA.
Yeah, thanks.
Always that. Yes. I just lost my train of thought, but yeah.
Start with SIMBA and then
start with SIMBA. Yes. I think for me, I would just say do your research. Like if it, there's a lot of people doing a lot of the same stuff, and that is absolutely fine. There is a spot for everybody, but just do your research, first, if it makes sense for you. And then we're very big. I used to be that type A personality where it's like, I need to have that, like the T's crossed, the I's dotted. Like I need to see the data to back it up before I could do it. And I think over the years, I was like, screw it, let's just do it. So for us, it was an easy jump. And I think, if it's lingering on someone's mind over and over and over again, that's the universe's way of saying, just do it. Take a leap. It's okay to fail. Failure is okay because, you learn from failure. And if you don't, then that's a problem. But like you're supposed to learn from failure. So I think it's important that if someone is wanting to do it, just go ahead and do it. And I absolutely, what he said, reach out to you guys. You guys have way more knowledge than me. So like, go ahead and reach out to you guys, set up some good meetings with you guys. You guys will walk them down from A to Z what they need.
Yeah.
It's like 50% entrepreneur spirit and then 50% research.
Yeah.
Sure. I like that. I didn't hear that.
Entrepreneur spirit is really what's going to kind of keep you going. Because like, if you don't believe in your stuff, if you don't believe in what you're doing, you've already lost the battle. So like, knowing what you want and what you like, and also figuring out how to package it to people. Because like, sure, you want to start a business or you want to start something for yourself, but people have to believe in it also.
Yeah.
Which is true with music as well. Like that's what I've taken from that, kind of apply it to Mountaintop, where it's just, if the people believe it, they'll buy it.
Yeah. I think what I learned from our stuff too, because at the very beginning we were very like, oh no one's buying our stuff. And they did, but then I had to quickly realize that our product will go into the hands of the people that they're meant to go into. So you have to have that kind of mindset. And I get it, that may not pay the bills for some people, but it's important to know that, because not everybody's going to like your stuff. Not everybody's going to appreciate this stuff, but you put a lot of time and energy into making this stuff for somebody or for the universe, or the people out there in the universe. It's important to know that the people that are going to buy the stuff are the ones that are meant to buy the stuff. So it's okay if you walk out of the market less than what your goal was, because the ones that have bought it are going to appreciate the hard work and energy you put into making that damn product. So except the small wins.
And you like created a loyal customer.
You do,
like you made a connection with someone, and that like your best customer is a customer you've already like have.
we love when we hear people, oh, we saw you, or we bought something at that last market and I ran out, so I need more. Or last season I got this sweater and now I want another one. I'm just like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we're very big on like conversations when someone comes to our booth too. Like, yes, we love a sale. It helps, whatever. But like if something we're selling that resonates with someone, like there's so many people, almost every market that will talk to us about the national parks that they went to because they see our candles. And they would tell us a long story about like what trail they hiked. We've gotten so many tips on which additional trails to go to, when to go to places, try this park, do that, whatever, just by talking to someone because our product resonated with them and they sparked a conversation. And to us, that's building more stronger relationships within the community than selling that candle to somebody. I would rather have that conversation, and then they appreciate it and they'll see us in another market and maybe buy something from us.
Yeah. That connection is like so necessary. Because like, I mean, you can't just be another, like faceless corporation.
But it's also genuine.
Buy my stuff.
Yeah, but it's also genuine for us too. It's like we truly love just talking to people like at a market. Like we're not even like making that up. It's like legit. So yeah.
What has been like? What would you say? All this positive stuff. I'd love to know like what has been like the hardest part of like what's a big challenge you've had to overcome?
Everything else.
Yeah.
The stuff people don't see.
No, behind the scenes. Come and do that little like reel of my like room. Yeah, that's. For me, the hardest thing for me right now today is my time management, truthfully. Like I have so many hats that I'm wearing because I want to give him his flowers and his grace to do his music, to do the full-time job, because the brother needs medical. So appreciate you. Stay on that job. So I'm trying to take a lot of the business so he doesn't have to worry about it so much. And he's been super graciously jumping into markets and helping with that. So for me, it's the time management, truthfully. Like I seem to not, I've worked the full-time job a couple of years ago and Mountaintop, and I feel like I have less time now. So it's like, I don't understand how it happened, but yeah. So time management and then marketing is my least favorite thing to do in the world. So if there's anybody out there, like an intern that wants to do this for free, I will sign. I will sign a work release for your college or something like that. I do not care. I hate it. So, but I know you got to do it. But I will sign a work paper for you.
Yeah. How do you guys just like balance like your personal life and like you have an amazing music career. You're writing music.
Yeah.
Like so excited for the next album, by the way.
It's gonna be good. Like,
it's good.
Yeah.
He gets to hear
I'm
which
very,
may or may not be a good thing.
I'm jealous.
I'm very proud of the way he's going with that. Yeah.
But how do you guys like have a personal life, or do you guys just hang out at the markets and that's like your date night? Like,
so
date night at the market.
Yeah.
Let's get something for the food truck. We'll have a dinner together.
I mean, honestly, I think we select markets also that are fun too, like cool places. Like, well, I mean, besides the ones that are downtown or like around Spokane, like we like to book stuff that's out like, you know, a few hours away or something, where we'll treat it like a little vacation.
Oh,
intentional, yeah,
intentionally,
for sure.
But also, like, I mean, physically taking breaks from the markets. We'll like, you know, take time off to go somewhere. Like we have to have our little like vacation times because we'll go crazy.
It's a learning process too. Like for like year one, we were like hustling and grinding. Like anybody and everybody, we didn't care if it made sense. Like if there was a market that said yes to us, we were there. And then we were like, okay, that burned us out a little bit. Because at the time we still had full-time jobs as well, like other full-time jobs. And then last year was like, okay, we need to have kind of a better work-life balance a little bit, which was kind of great because a few people visited us from the East Coast and made us take like a couple of vacations, which is awesome. But we did a little better. And I think this year, as you grow and you become, you know, stronger in the community and stronger in your brand, and, you know, you realize what's going to drive the needle for your happiness. So I was like, all right, we now need to plan at least a weekend minimum off per month to say, even if it's like a busy weekend that we might miss an awesome event, like if that falls on something that we want to do, maybe go for like a weekend trip or go somewhere, like we have to just do that for our own psyche. And, you know, people may not do that. People may get to the point, that's fine. Like it just works for us to do something like that.
But again, to come back to where we live, like we get to just drop if we have nothing to do after like my work day is done, after his creation day is done, we just fill up our what are they called? Our paddle boards with air and literally just go to the river. Nice. Like we'll just spend in like the rest of the day on the river, and that is like amazing. Yeah, that's why we wanted to stay here, because like you can just do that.
It's beautiful. The view's great.
Yeah, Spokane has like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think where we are too, it's like kind of like, you know, we're in the city, right? But like around it is like just 20, 30, 40 minutes around us is just all beautiful nature and like so much to do.
Yeah.
Just like drive around, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What is it? Spokane campground up near Tum Tum, that whole area, 9 mile, 7 mile, like it's just
a mile
keeps on
going.
I would love for you to explain like the slogan of mountaintop mentality. Like what is the idea behind mountaintop mentality? Like, and explain like the whole, like how it's not, doesn't have to just be like about a mountain. It's about a summit. It's about like just making that, I kind of paraphrase it with like, it doesn't need to be physical, right? Exactly. It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be, like explain that, where that came from.
So I was physically climbing a mountain when the name and the phrase came. So that was literal. But it just grew into the idea when I was coming down the mountain. I was just like, well, at the top, I was like clear-headed. I was just like in my zone. And on the way down, I was just like, it's funny how making it up was a struggle. Making it down is going to be a struggle. But I still did it. I still met my summit. Yeah. So like, putting that to the mindset of, you know, like it, even if I am not physically climbing a mountain, everybody still has mountains to climb. And that's the idea behind it. Whether you're like physically out there, rock climbing, mountaineering, doing whatever, that's awesome. It's a struggle, but that's not for everybody, but still, you know, like we're dealing with stuff that people will never see. Yeah. And creating a brand that kind of gives permission to, you know, I guess dive into those feelings and realize, you know, whatever I'm going through, as long as I see the top or as long as I see the other side, like that is all I need to focus on. Because if you look at the mountain that's in front of you, you're like, no, this isn't going to happen. But if you kind of just focus right in front of you and just keep on moving up, like that's all that really matters.
Love that.
And I think did you say our slogan? I didn't hear
no, your mountain doesn't have to be physical in order to see the summit.
Which is
I don't want to climb a mountain.
And that's
really nice, but again, not for everybody.
But that's when you usually follow up with, not everybody can climb mountains, but everybody has mountains to climb, which I know you said that. But and that's because it's on a banner when you go past us in the market, and a lot of people stop and read that and they resonate with it. We've actually had a few people cry about it, which is so touching to us, and I didn't even know it impacted them that much. But it's good to see that we've created a lifestyle brand that does accessories and apparel, but also like a mission to help others and give back wherever we can, wherever it may be. Like obviously our candles we donate, but like if you want to sit and if you want to come and have a conversation about like your life events, that's fine. Like our dog sparked a lot of conversations because we lost that puppy. I keep on calling puppy, she's like 10, but like we lost her like a few years ago, but that sparked a lot of conversations. A few people cried about that too, but we're a welcoming space for the community.
Yeah, we're human. We share it. We share that experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I like how you guys have that mission behind in everything you sell and everything you do. You have that mission in mind always, and people resonate with that.
We try, yeah.
Well, I kind of feel like that. This kind of tells your story of building mountaintop mentality. Is this like your mission or your slogan is like kind of how you are living your building this business, because it is like, I know building a business is like, it seems insurmountable at times, and sometimes I just want to give up because I just want to go back to 9 to 5, but then I try to go back to 9 to 5 and I'm like, I hate this. I want to have the freedom of like not working, for someone else and working for myself. And so but having like, when you say like, have like, focus on what's in front of you, and then because then you'll be able to get to the summit and see that view. Like that's what's worth. That's what it's worth. Like it's not. I'm just saying this wrong, but like it means a lot to me that you even share that, because it does, like, it helps me a lot to want to build my business and make it bigger and better.
No, like it's very important to have a zoom capability on your vision, because it's obviously very good to look at big picture, but like me, I tend to look at everything and then I get lost. Which happens quite a bit, he can tell you. But when you focus in the zoom and you're just like, all right, this is exactly what's in front of me so that I can start making my way up there. That's probably 50% of the battle. Is like being able to tell when to look outward at the big picture and then zoom in on your kind of, day to day.
I also read I'm a sucker for cheesy quotes too, but like I read one from this was like many years ago, like 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago, that said, you're willing to work 40 hours to make someone else's dreams come true. Why not spend at least half that time making yours come true? So like that kind of always resonated in me. And that's like the one quote that's like literally just, it's like drilling in my head. And that kind of kept me going when we were kind of putting this business together, because it was like, no, these are our dreams. Like, let's make them a reality. Because why would I mean, the money is great where I was, but like, why that's their dream. That's not mine. Like, let's make my dream a reality. Let's make our dream a reality. So it's always good to kind of remember that in those times of like, I just want to give up. Because there's a lot of those. But don't. If you're passionate and you believe in your product, somebody else will too.
I love that.
Yeah. Do you want to ask this final question?
It's the final question.
Okay, so let's bring it back to SIMBA, right? Is that the question?
Sorry. I guess we're the closing question. Sorry.
I just mainly like all the compliments. But how has SIMBA impacted your journey with like mountaintop mentality? How has it helped a lot?
I mean,
I think we said a lot of it already, but the resources that has given us, the grant that has given us, that helped us at the very beginning too, I think, but the support that you guys have easy to call. I wouldn't recommend calling on on a regular basis, but like, let me rephrase that. Easy to book an appointment. Like,
yes,
is that helpful?
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, don't call him. Just kidding.
No, you can call us. You can.
Yeah. As a business, that has been instrumental in helping us get to where we are right now. I think on a personal level and being part of the organization as the secretary, I think for me, I am learning so much of how an organization is run, what couldn't happen, what should happen, and how we can bring it to the next chapter to make it super successful. I think where it has been to where it is now has been a huge change over the last year and a half, and so many more people have been getting the resource they need. Refresh me on, and I should know this, I'm so sorry, but like all the cities that you guys do service, I know it's like 14, but like you have to go all of them.
Like 13 counties in Eastern Washington. So we went to Freda, so we did Grant County. I was just in Soden County this week. I was in Whitman, all of Eastern Washington, 13 counties.
And I don't think people realize that it's you and Robin and just now a couple of contractors, right? But
and our amazing board. You guys are very helpful.
Yeah, and I mean, like sometimes I get a little too helpful, and I apologize in advance. But like, I just want to learn. I want to absorb all that knowledge because I want to be able to make a difference, and that's important to me, especially if my name is behind something. But I think for you guys, I mean, the crap that you guys do, like on a daily basis, like is off the charts ridiculous. And like, bravo to you, Rob, and the team for sure.
And I think the growth is what kind of exemplifies that. Like, because a year? How long have you been on the board?
It's going to be 2 in August. Yep.
So like from the beginning to see where it is now, it's a very measurable difference. So it's amazing.
But even like kind of just circling back to, I think for the business perspective, like you guys are amazing, but like you guys are there when we need you. And I think that's super important, right? Mm-hmm. Like I think as a small business, like you want to curl underneath the rock sometimes, just to cry and like, leave the business. But I think, if I'm, and it's funny, I have a list of things I want to schedule another meeting with you guys. So it's going to be coming, but
we'll talk soon.
But that's the thing. It's like, you guys are there without judgment, but willing to help.
Yeah.
Oh,
you guys are going to make me cry.
I was
so happy.
Accept the flowers, girl. You guys deserve it.
You like
literally deserve the money. No, I don't think people realize how much SIMBA has gone through over the last year and a half. Like literally, and I'm not going to get into the weeds of it all, but I think you guys have helped turn this organization around to the better, where we're helping more than ever before the people that need to be helped in the community when it comes to small businesses. So bravo to you, bravo to Robin, bravo to the rest of the team. Kudos, hats off.
Thank you. And one thing I love about you guys is you always reply to my emails.
Yes, I do. Sorry.
So I'm like, I can never get a hold of like small people, and I'm like, and then David and Helmer, they always do what I ask them. They always give me what I need. They're always on top of everything. So that's why I love them. But
appreciate you.
The little things,
I try not to make things complicated for people.
What would be like your pitch to someone if you were trying to encourage them to join SIMBA?
Do it. Like that's literally it. Like do it. Like, I mean, you've probably heard us talk today about a lot of great resources that they have. That's all free. It's all available at your fingertips. You just need to press the button. Like submit the free submission form, get the one-on-one attention that you need, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Like over yourself goodbye.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Dang, actually, no, that catchphrase is already taken.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Do it.
Just do it, period.
There we go.
Can you remind people what the difference in the tiers are, like between being a free member and being a paying member?
Yeah. So being like getting any business support from us right now currently is free. Things are obviously changing. Yeah. Things are shifting with everything going on. But yeah, so as long as you're an independent local business in Eastern Washington, we offer free business support, one-on-ones, like you were saying. We do a lot of events. And then you get little added bonuses once you become a member. We have different levels of being a member: supporting, sustaining, sponsoring. You guys are our sustaining members, so you guys get extra points, extra shout outs. But yeah, so you just get more bonuses. One of these is a podcast, shout outs on our newsletters, social media, website, all that stuff. So, but we try and keep like all of our base services accessible to everyone. And you just basically, if you're a member, you just get added bonuses. And we always try and put all of that, the money and everything we receive into our memberships from our membership back into them. And so everyone's getting like their money's worth, and we're providing you guys with some good services.
Yeah. And that membership also helps the organization stay alive. Stay like
it helps me guys out.
Like, I mean, like it is nice that you give stuff away for free. Like, and then that's important to the community. But like, also we need. And I'm not part of the SIMBA organization, everyone. I just help host this podcast. Like, we need organizations like SIMBA in order to keep our entrepreneurs in Spokane, get them help and support, because like I couldn't build a business by myself, and I haven't even utilized SIMBA as much as I should. So
okay, well, you will talk later.
This is really an intervention.
No, it probably should be. No, it should.
I don't think people realize, and please, if I'm wrong on the stat, please correct me, but I think it was 70% of the money spent with small businesses stay back in the community. Where 30%, it could be higher, actually, you're right, where, well, easy math, say it's 70%, and the other 30%, say at these big box retailers, they don't go back to the community. I don't think people realize that. You're spending all these taxes at like these big box retailers, but some of them are getting huge tax breaks and like, cuts that money is not being into your local community. Like these small businesses, and you can just walk around any market, and there's tons of markets every single day of the week in the summertime. Look at all those people making their dreams come true, but they're also helping to give back to the community in some way, whether it's through their taxes or their licensing or whatever. That money goes back to the community that they serve. And I don't think people realize that. Yep. And I don't think people realize that.
No. And that's one thing we definitely like to push here at SIMBA, and also with our flagship program, Live Local.
Yes.
We always are telling you, shop local, keep your money in your community, invest in there. And it's so easy to just go and do a quick search on Live Local and find someone who is local and locally owned, family owned in your area, in your neighborhood. Who's also like values aligned and all that. So yeah.
Stop buying your candles at Bath Body. Bath and Body Works.
Please do not.
MountainTopMentality.com.
Well, thank you so much for being on the first guest on the SIMBA and Spokast podcast. The eventual name, we'll name it something eventually.
We like Helmer's.
With your voice to your low voice. In the Den.
Welcome to In the Den.
Ooh, let's do a little NPR version.
NPR
vibe. Before we leave, how can people follow, support Mountaintop Mentality?
You can go to our website, mountaintopmentality.com. All of our socials are linked right at the bottom. That's probably the easiest way to get to all of them. If you just want to do social, Instagram is just mountaintopmentality.com. Facebook is the Mountaintop Mentality LLC, something different there. But that's how you can find us. And then that's it.
What markets are you regularly
that would be nice. You're like, no, how about it actually in person? My bad. We have a few coming up in the next month or so. We're going to be in Kendall Yards the next couple of weeks or so. We're going to be Pride as well. I'll be at From Here this Saturday. We sell solid colognes there. Our solid colognes are at the store,
nice. That's good to know.
Which is awesome.
Nice.
But I'll be there part of their birthday bash, and then I'll be making solid colognes on site. But I'll also be doing selling Pride candles there as well.
Nice.
So, and then just check out our website. There's a little section that says "Find Us," and I usually keep that updated as much as possible, and then we'll tell you pretty much from now until the end of the summer. And it's constantly updated as I continue to add more stuff to it. That's the best way to find us.
Yeah. And also remind people how to find SIMBA.
You can find us at SpokaneIndependent.org. That's where you can go learn more about our resources, everything we have to offer, and then also do a business intake form for business consultation. And then find us on Instagram at Spokane Independent, Facebook at Spokane Independent, or just SIMBA. And then we also have Live Local INW. LiveLocalINW.com. That's where you can go and find local Eastern Washington small businesses. Mountaintop Mentality's on there. And then also you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Live Local INW.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to everyone who is listening, and go support Mountaintop Mentality.
Please
become a SIMBA member. Become a SIMBA member. And we'll have a new guest in a couple weeks, or I guess in next month. We're a monthly podcast. I forgot about that. But thank you again so much, David Helmer. Nice meeting you.
Likewise.
I've
heard great things.
Been able to hear Helmer sing so much, and I'm actually bringing we're going to try to bring a group of people to see you perform tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
And then it's going to be. I'm excited to see you. I haven't seen you perform since frickin' Terrain.
Oh, that's been a while.
I don't think
it's been a minute.
I haven't seen you since in the basement of the Revival Tea.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually I don't know if I can plug it, but July 11th, I'm doing the Hamilton Studios.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, you're doing nice.
Okay.
I just confirmed it today.
That's amazing. This will come out before then. So, yeah. But thank you both so much. And
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Support local, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Peace.